Hello and welcome to Tony Robbins' New World, New You, Day 4 Challenge, the best takeaways. Hey, my name is Emily Jones-Smith and I am a Limitless life coach. This video is exactly for you if you missed Tony Robbins' New World, New You Challenge, Day 4, or if you just want to catch up on the best bits and take some more notes. Let's get into it. The quality of your life comes down to the quality of your relationships. Tony Robbins started by talking about there are two ways that we can learn. We can learn from our own experiences, often these are painful and difficult, or we can learn from other people's experiences. This way is quicker and also less painful, hopefully. We started off by learning that there are two different types of energies when it comes to relationships, masculine and feminine. We have both of these energies inside of us, but one of these is normally more dominant than the other. And just because they say masculine and feminine, it doesn't mean if you identify as a girl that your energy, your dominant energy is feminine. And if you identify yourself as a male, that doesn't necessarily mean that your dominant energy is masculine. He explained that a relationship is not a place where you go to get things, but it's a place where you go to give things. Also, something that's really important when it comes to relationship is taking 100% responsibility. Taking 100% responsibility. This doesn't mean that you are taking the responsibility of blame and everything like that, but you are taking 100% responsibility within your actions and your part of the relationship. You need to be giving 100%. There is no halfway. There is no 50-50. Both partners should be giving 100% of themselves. Tony explained that there's two things you should be thinking about when it comes to relationship. The first thing is your energy. There's a thing called the law of I'm not going to be able to say this word. The law of familiarity. Oh my gosh, dyslexia has come for me. There is a thing called the law of familiarity. This law states that if you have something for long enough, you get familiar with it and you take it for granted. This is what happens in a lot of relationships. We take people for granted. If you look at the start of your relationship with someone, you normally put a lot more effort and a lot more focus into making them happy, doing whatever you can to make them smile. And as we get familiar with our relationships, we tend to take our foot off the gas, our foot off the pedal. If you work on your state and your energy outside of your relationships, you can bring that into your relationships. The second thing he says you need to think about is meaning. If you have a feminine energy, you often want to discuss things, because back in history, our ancestors, when they were collecting berries, when they were keeping their children safe, when the wives were going out to get water, they had to know if danger was around the corner. They had to know how to get exactly to the right berries, the non-poisonous berries, the berries that would actually keep them alive. Whereas the masculine energy, they were the hunters. They had to go out and get food, but they had to stay quiet. So he was explaining how when a feminine energy is talking and talking and talking, the masculine energy doesn't know why it's getting uptight or, stressed out, but it's something to do with the genes and, ancestors and everything like that, evolution. When it comes to relationships, we often focus on what the other person is doing, what they're doing wrong, or what they're not doing, or what they are doing, or what they're doing that is irritating. We need to take the focus off of them and put it upon ourselves. What can we do? What can we do better? How can we give more? How can we give that 100%? There's a phrase that says, if you're in your head, you're dead. When it comes to relationships, you need to be in your heart, because that's smart. When we're in our head, we're judging people. When we're in our head, we're being critical. Tony's wife, Sage, talks about how when we're in relationships, we can also put sticky notes upon a person. They did this, or they did that wrong, or they didn't do this, or it's annoying when they do that. And all of these sticky notes start covering up who that person actually is in front of you till you can't see them. So even if they did do something right, even if they did do something, you wouldn't be able to see it because all of these sticky notes are in the way. Being in a relationship is often about peeling off them sticky notes one at a time, so you can actually see your partner, so you can actually see the person you're in a relationship with. When relationships go wrong, what often happens is the 4 R's. The first R is resistance. You start to feel resistance at things they say or actions they take. You start to feel resistance inside you. Tony said the important thing to do at this point is not blame the other person, but take 100% responsibility of this resistance inside you, because it's often our triggers. It's often our past that triggers these resistance. It's not what the person is doing, but it's how you're perceiving it. Tony said this great quote that I want to share with you. We are in a relationship with the person through the filter of other relationships we've had in the past. We're not seeing the relationship for what it is, but we're seeing it through a filter of all the relationships that we've had in the past. So if we've been cheated on in the past, something that person is doing in front of us can really trigger us. These are our triggers, not what the other person has done, but things that we need to work through on ourselves. The second R is resentment. When you build up so much resistance, it turns to resentment. Why the hell are they doing this? Why the hell have they done that? Oh, for goodness sake, that thing really annoys me. When you build up resentment, you can often stack these things upon each other until the third R, which is rejection. You snap, turning to the fourth R, which is repressed. There's no energy. There's no connection left. He said the best thing to do in these situations is to slay a monster when it's small. Slay the monster when you're in the first R or the second R. Tony and Sage Robbins then went on to speak about the 3 things that feminine and masculine energies, the mistakes that they often make, and why their relationships aren't working out. The 3 mistakes that the masculine energy normally makes is not making the other person feel seen. The feminine energy really needs to feel seen. The second thing that the masculine energy normally makes mistakes upon is not understanding the feminine energy. Now, when they were explaining this, it's not so much understanding exactly what that person is going through. Yes, you can try to do that, but just understanding that they are going through a lot is enough. The third mistake that a masculine energy normally makes is not letting the feminine energy feel safe. The 3 mistakes that the feminine energy often makes are 1, criticizing. A male does not like to be criticized. Us females often think that we're coaching, but it comes across as criticism. No man wants to be told what to do. The second mistake that a feminine energy can make is being closed, not sharing their emotions with the masculine energy, not opening up. And the third thing is trying to be in control. Now, being in control is another primal instinct, but we need to learn to let go and just trust and have faith. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you've got any value, please hit the like and put a comment in the comments. If you love personal growth and self-development, please hit the subscribe button. If you have the chance to hop on the live calls on the Tony Robbins New World New You Challenge Facebook group, then do, because the community is amazing. I will see you tomorrow. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you.